What's up, everybody? This is Josh Nealis, creator of Stingray. I'm also the CEO of Cutthroat Comics, and I thought I would do a reading through of Stingray issue 1, and I'll give you guys kind of a creator commentary, go through the panels and tell you what we were thinking, maybe some of the backstory. So anyway, Stingray is the first comic that we released through Cutthroat Comics, and I created the character when I was in 6th grade for a contest that I didn't win. And so when I grew up to do this, I knew, I was like, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna show them. So it was written by me, storyboarded by me, and then all the artwork was done by Cristiano Reyna. He's a very talented artist, as you will see, and he and I, at this current point, have now done about 7.5 total comics together. So we're getting pretty good at creating together. So this is the cover. As you can see, and I'll try to do this as best I can, in the eye of Stingray there, there's a, that's Snapdragon. That's the main villain of this comic series. And you got Earth and Mars, and kind of did like a, he's supposed to be standing in front of like a window on a spaceship. He's not taking a selfie, but it looks like he would be taking a selfie. We do get a lot of comments, or at least I do, about how he kind of looks like Star-Lord, which I can see. When I created the character in 6th grade, it was actually kind of supposed to be like Ninja Gambit, because I love Gambit, and also like Grifter from the Wildcats. That's why he has this hair up here. But as we read through the book, you'll see not everything is as it seems. So we'll go ahead and open it up. And this must be one of the older versions, because we have this really not awesome looking ad for some stuff in there. We've since changed that. But we open up with Brothel City, a graveyard, and then we can show that it's a nice day outside. I think Cristiano added this page, because I don't think it was initially in the script. But Brothel City is where our comics take place. And then you go into page 2, I guess, technically. So you can see they're at a funeral, and you got really sad Ray here. And then the first panel here, where he's holding a baby, it says, "We've got a rough road ahead of us, Lillian, but we'll make it." Trying to be reassuring. And then, it continues to say, "Just you and me," as he's sleeping with the baby there. Then all of a sudden there's a flash, and he kind of starts to fade away there. And then Lillian is left on the couch all by herself. So, if you didn't understand, it's the mother of the daughter is deceased, and now he's also been taken away. I thought this was a strong first page, and I wanted to do it that way. Also on the nightstand over here, if you can see it, there's a picture of the family, and then on the couch there is a little Pedo Man doll. There's a lot of Easter eggs in my books. I'll try to point them out as we go. I think there's more and more as we get through the series, because we've built the world. So here we are. We have Ray waking up, and he's on some kind of strange alien table. And it says, "Where am I?" Oh, no, it says, "Where am I? Why can't I move?" And then you see the aliens for the first time. It says, "What the fuck is going on? Lillian, where is my child?" He's obviously mad because he's woken up. So they're injecting him with a serum of types. And then he says, "It stings, it stings." So that'll come into play later as well. Next page, we get Ray in his quarters. He's very sad, crying. And then we see, so over here, this is like the force field that keeps them in their, the humans in their cells. And we get a guard coming in saying, "It's your lucky day, Stinger." I can't quite see that. It's hard to... So I love the prison setup. And then it says, "Time for you to stand before greatness and kneel before your new and only God." And then this is one of my favorite panels almost that we've ever done. Ray and the 2 guards walking past a window, and you can see all the humans outside doing the farming. This obviously takes place underwater. I really love that. I thought it was a great panel. So now you get to meet Snapdragon. First panel up here says, "All glory be all glory be to the all-powerful, the true and only leader of the SETI, Snapdragoon." And then we get the next panel over here where he's on the steps up here. "So you're the motherfucker I need to speak to. Why the fuck am I here and where is my child?" And then you see Snapdragon up close for the first time. He's very daunting. And he's very cynical, very smart-ass. "My apologies, sir. Please, there is no need for hostility. You are here to help us, and your child is safe and sound." And it says, "Well, okay, then. Where is Lillian? Bring her to me." And then he hits him with his crab leg thing, knocking him back. "You do not give orders here, Stinger, piece of shit. I give the motherfucking orders here. I am the Dragoon." So, if you've not taken, Dragoon is what they call their leader in this SETI town world planet. It takes place on Tau Ceti E, which is a real planet that could in fact host life. So up here we've got Ray laying on the ground. Trying to get the angle best I can, sorry. Not really set up for this. "You are here to work. We have no need for human children here. They take too long to mature and are worthless piles of maggot shit." Snapdragon. What a terrifying name. "Hey everyone, look out. Here comes a stupid fucking flower." And of course he hits him again, kicks him right in the face. And as you can see, Ray has a scar, or has a big gash on his face now. That stays throughout the span of these comics. And down here, they're taking him back to his cell. "Take him to his cell. If he gets out of line, fuck him up." Why do they always wonder where their children are? I hated my fucking kids. That's why I fucking murdered them in their sleep. I know, right? I pushed mine off a cliff when my wife wasn't looking. So you get the sense that Snapdragon and the SETI, they, as a lot of countries do, they kind of take the, what do you want to say, the personality of their leader. So Snapdragon just doesn't give a shit about anything. He does what he wants, and now you have the two SETI guards who are obviously high in command as well. You know, they kind of do the same. Whatever strikes them in the moment they do. So now we skip to 6 months later. And Ray's still in his cell. You can see his hair's grown out. He has a beard now. And then he's getting his mouth covered by someone. It says, "I'm Mark. I'm here to help you get back to your home world." So she's helping him escape. Snapdragon is the SETI version of your Hitler, except he isn't a pussy. So if that tells you anything. Of course, and he asks, "Why are you helping me?" "Much like on your world, the color of one's shell matters. The mineral you slaves are mining is lethal to us, but not to the SETI." "Okay, well, why are you saving me and not trying to kill Snapdragon?" And then she's murdering one of the SETI guards. So I named her Mark because for whatever reason that name popped into my head, and I was like, you know, it's an alien planet. They're not going to have, you know, they're not going to care about boy names versus girl names. But I did throw the C on the end there just to make it a little different. I actually had forgot up until just now about the mineral being harmful to the green aliens and not the orange ones. So it's good I'm reading this. It's been a while. Obviously, we haven't covered that in any of the other books. Otherwise, I would remember that. Okay, so now they're still escaping. Sorry, I'm trying to get this the best I can. Up here, it says, "You are defiant, Snapdragon. Hates the defiant ones. Trust me, this is just as good as attacking him straight on." And then you can see his hair starting to glow as she hits these buttons. "But there are thousands of humans here. What about them? These humans are broken. They cannot be saved." So then they're in this like awesome Stargate room. And yes, it's taken right away from that movie. What in the fuck is that? "This is how the SETI move from galaxy to galaxy. I will set it to take us to the planet you call Mars," which is a really dumb name, by the way. So his hair, like I said, it was, you know, based off Gambit and Grifter. But really, we decided to do it, you know, his suit starts to glow and his hair starts to glow. Whenever a human needs oxygen, that's when it starts to glow. And it depends on where you're at. So if you're in space, it's pink. And some other colors take place throughout the book too, but I won't give that away just yet. So up here he's saying, "This is a fucking Stargate like the movie and show. Did you really think you humans could invent such stories? Wait, so there are humans that know about the SETI?" She's hitting the buttons and setting the course and everything. "You've been taking too many beatings. Your leaders know about the SETI. They have an agreement for slaves to be taken. In return, the SETI don't skullfuck your species." So, yeah, it's kind of set up that, our leaders know that people are being abducted, but they allow it to happen. And then the alarm goes off, and she says, "Fuck." And he says, "What?" "Totally pressed the wrong button. Now they know we're here. I just need to lock in the coordinates in the PDS." The what? The Planetary Delivery System. Fucking the Stargate, or whatever you called it. Fuck, man. You really need to pay attention. I use the word fuck a lot in this book, apparently. Okay, new plan. It's up here. We're up here. Sorry. "I didn't know the old plan," Ray says. "That's true. Well, the old plan was awesome, and the new plan, it's iffy." So picks him up and throws him into the Stargate. And I love this panel, too, as they're flying through space. He's all, like, jumbly, doesn't know what to do, and she's cool about it because she's done it a million times, probably. So they're approaching the Stargate on Mars. And of course, like, he lands all stupid, and she's all cool about it. So on Mars now is where we're at. Okay, here's the new plan. Run and try to keep up. And he's got his helmet off, and you can see his scar from when Snapdragon slashed him in the face there. "That's not a plan." And then she says, "Well, the punishment for escaping is rape followed by a beating, and then they rape you again, but not as violently. The SETI get bored easily." So again, we're setting the tone that the SETI are, they don't give a shit. So now you got 3 guys coming in here as they're hiding over here. "That Dragoon is on his way." And you got one saying, "Fuck, I hate that guy. He always calls me Snarple Braun when he knows my name is Snarple Kafan," showing that Snapdragon, again, doesn't give a shit about anybody. He's the Dragoon. You expect him to remember everyone's name. And then this chubby one. I wanted to do, a lot of times you get aliens, they all look pretty much the same. I wanted to make kind of a chubbier one and a skinny one and a shorter one. So that's what we did here. And he says he's my cousin. I lived right across the street from him, and we took baths together when we were little. So just still setting in the tone of who Snapdragon is and how much he doesn't care. Used to do ads and books. We don't do those anymore. I mean, if somebody offered the right price, we would do it, I guess. I love this panel, too, with Snapdragon. He's all chill walking through the Stargate. "All hail the great and powerful Dragoon," is what the 3 dudes say, trying to kiss his ass as best as possible. Up here, he's approaching them. "Where are the other guards?" "The other guards are on vacation. All-knowing and awesome one. Who the fuck approved that?" "All vacation approvals go through the Dragoon, your wonderful handsomeness. So there are 3 guards on this station. Yes. Well, now there's only 2. So he slashes off one of the guards' heads. And again, still setting the precedence that he doesn't give a shit about anything and does what he wants whenever. As we have the head of that guard bouncing on the floor. "Go find that fucking escapee. And don't rape him. He's all mine." "Come on, Snarple Braun, let's get him." "That's not my name, Stinger. Shit." So they use Stinger as a insult. As one would do, I'm sure, back in the day when black people were slaves, they probably used lots of insults like that, and that's kind of what I was going for, to show that they don't care about the humans, and they use those terms that throw around. Actually, if you were around in the 90s, you know that white kids threw those terms around a lot, so trying to show that they're ignorant racists. So Snapdragon's all mad. "That motherfucking green bitch Mark is behind this. Just because I slept with her cousin in college and didn't tell her." Oh, and yeah, I don't remember that Mark and Ray are still hiding. Boo-hoo, it's not like we were exclusive, is what Snapdragon is going on about. Stupid Stinger, I'm coming to rape you. He yells as he's turning the door. It's his tail turning the door there. And down here, okay, let's get out of here, is what Mark is saying to Ray as you get to look at their feet for the first time, or for her feet the first time, I guess. How they're all weird and alien as they are. Wait, you dated that guy? Bring it up again, and I'll program the PDS to drop you into the sun. So, yes, she dated Snapdragon back in college, and he cheated on her. Up here, you kind of see they're going down the hallway, or they see that Snapdragon's going down the hallway. Okay, let's blow this popsicle stand. You seem to know a lot about us. And then we have here, I took a human entertainment class in college. We mostly watch cartoons and reality TV shows. Where the hell is that damn armory? And that's Snapdragon looking for a weapon. So with these bubbles, I was kind of showing that, you know, the SETI know a lot about the humans. It's a little bit of exposition there thrown in. So they're walking down the hallway, and they run into Snarple Kafan, or whatever the hell his name was. I actually plan on using him more throughout the books, but he has not popped up again since this book. He was going to be like Snapdragon's right-hand man. So they get in a fight, and she kicks the guy, and Ray's just not a fighter. Sorry about the glare. So he's getting choked out there by this guy. Show up to this. Oh, yeah, down here, and he gets cut in half by Mark with her sword. She's saying, up here, she's saying, you okay? He's coughing. I'll be fine. It didn't really hurt that much. I don't think they have the Wi-Fi on here. And so Ray says, who worries about Wi-Fi in situations like this? For fuck's sake, remember the injection they gave you on Tau Ceti? You mean the one that felt like great white sharks had babies with killer bees and were released into my veins? Yeah, I kind of remember. The injection enabled you to understand us and made you strong enough to move on Tau Ceti. So Tau Ceti is a larger planet than Earth, so one would need to be stronger to be able to move around. The gravity would be so strong that humans wouldn't be able to basically move. It would just suck them to the Earth, and they wouldn't be able to get up. You see, oh, I guess I explained that. You see, bigger planets have stronger gravity. Therefore, I'm hopped up on steroids. And so the SETI use the Wi-Fi. There's like nanobots in the Stinger serum that they use the Wi-Fi to control how strong or weak they make the humans. So on the Mars base, there aren't any humans, so they had the Wi-Fi just set normal. So how the fuck are you even still alive? How have you not been hit by a car? That's actually something I say all the time when I come across stupid people. So they're trying to get to this ship here. And we have Snapdragon chasing them down and shows the Wi-Fi is on. The Wi-Fi signals on Tau Ceti limit your movement ability strong enough to work but not revolt. And this next panel, the Wi-Fi is off here. Sorry, it was off. So if I try to fight, I might not get my ass handed to me, is what Ray's saying there. And then here comes a fist to slash Ray. I wanted this to be kind of his like emblem, and we settled on having it get scratched into it. On the cover, you see the 3 slashes there. And then Mark gets kicked in the stomach by Snapdragon, and a fight ensues. Where do you two butt sniffers think you're going? As they're both on the ground, Mark is handing something to Ray. Go get in that ship over there and plug this in. I'll be there in a sec, right after I beat this dude's fucking ass. You slept with my cousin, you piece of shit. So obviously she is still mad about it. And of course he doesn't give a shit, so he says, yeah, and it was great. Which it probably was, I suppose. So she kicks him right in the face, and then now you got the Snarple Khan, or whatever the hell his name was. Is it bad that I don't even remember? He's waking up, and then Ray's in the ship, and remember, he doesn't know shit about anything. Where the hell does this damn thing go? what the, and then we have the door shutting behind him. And of course he finds the flash drive plug in here. Oh duh. And then the spaceship starts to take off. It snaps the cable that holds it down. Hey, wait, don't. And then he can see in like the monitors that Mark is getting her ass kicked. Double teamed there a little bit. Get the old full Nelson there. So the spaceship takes off with a nice whoo sound, and it's going from Mars. And I love that panel too. I really like that one. As the spaceship takes off, and he's trying to figure out how to work it. Fuck, turn around, you fucker. How the fuck do I drive this thing? And then you see some gas starts to pour out. So it's going to take a long time to get from Mars to Earth, you know, no matter what ship you're in. So some gas starts to pop out of the vents there. And he says, ah, what's that smell? And then you see him kind of going dark a little bit. He says, fuck, Mark, can't believe he slept with your cousin. Thought that was a funny line. And then he goes dark there. So then, you know, you pretty much assume the ship's on autopilot. And he wakes up kind of looking at this like fish tank and saying, where the hell? And then says, hey, out of focus there. Says, hey, Ray, did you have a nice nap? And then he looks at this screen. You've been asleep for, oh, like a few months. You got Ray, or Mark, on this kind of screen on this fish tank thing. He says, where the hell am I? Looking up at the screen. You're home. Well, kinda. You're in a forgotten SETI base. I deleted its coordinates before I rescued you. They won't find you. Oh, also you're on the bottom of the Atlantic. So I wanted to kind of set where they were in the world, at least where Brothel City kind of was. So it's east side of the United States. So we get some more exposition going on here. This was the first comic I ever wrote, so I wanted to make sure everybody was on board with what was happening. This is a recording. It was on the flash drive along with a lot of other things you'll need. I'm probably in some cell getting beaten every hour or so. Don't worry, I'm tough and my people will come for me. Okay, well, now what? On Earth, you will be strong, fast, agile, and all the other things that being on super crazy steroids would do to a human. And he says, that's neat, but what I meant was, how do I get out of here and back to Lillian? He's still thinking about his daughter. You can see he's cleaned up now. The base he's at has kind of an AI, and you find that out in issue 2. And so it cleaned him up while he was sleeping. Oh yeah, about that. I was kind of hoping you forget. When you were taken, she was left there all alone. Nobody found her until it was too late. I'm sorry, I'll let you grieve for a bit. So again, you know, she forgot because the SETI they're just different. They don't really care about their kids that much. There's food in the kitchen, but they care about eating apparently. And this is another panel I really like, is he's, you know, kind of turned into vengeance there. And looking in the fish tank outside. So the base is at the bottom of the Atlantic, so it's surrounded by fish and stuff. So now we're back on Tau Ceti E in this weird dungeon, and they've got Mark strung up here. And got Snapdragon and 2 SETI scientists. Have we ever given the injection to a SETI before? I'm not sure, your amazingly ruthlessness. They always call him weird names like that to stroke his ego. Fuck it, let's see what happens. So they shoot her in the ass. Actually, I don't remember how I originally wrote it, but it wasn't supposed to be in the butt. And Cristiano did that himself, and I thought it was funny. So I was like, yep. He does that from time to time. Every now and then he'll draw something, and it'll be funnier than what I wrote. So kudos for that. So she's getting injected with the serum. And then she closes her eyes and opens up, and it's all red and mean. It says, to be continued. So that's issue 1. A little bit of my commentary there. We're on issue 3 of this now. That's the final issue of this run, and then after that he'll join his superhero team and we'll take it off from there. So this was kind of a long video, but I appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. it's been a while since I wrote this one, so my insights aren't going to be as good as one of the ones that is fresher in my memory. But hopefully, like I said, hopefully you enjoyed this, and it's available on cutthroatcomics.com. You can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/Cutthroat Comics. You can find us on Instagram, it's Cutthroat_Comics. Twitter at Cutthroat Comics. Snapchat is Cutthroat Comics. And if you're watching this on Facebook, we have a YouTube. And if you're watching this on YouTube, we have a Facebook. So check us out, and I appreciate it.